Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Binding of Isaac. Let's get into a new run here. I just died with Cain due to the fact that I had absolutely zero range, and I went into a room that was pretty much impossible with no range. So I'm a little bit salty about that, but let's start a new run. And first item we pick up is Piercing Tears, which is always nice. I really do like Piercing Tears. When you get into later in the game, and you come across knights and stuff like that, where it's very, very nice to have Piercing Tears, it's a great item. Earlier on in the game, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the greatest thing of all time, but it's definitely helpful. It's definitely better than not having Piercing Tears, I would say that for a fact. So, you know, you get to shoot through a few enemies, and Cain has decent starting damage. He does desperately need a range up, as I've you know, discovered several times with playing this character. Not a huge fan of this really humongous room here. There's a lot of ground to cover and a lot of enemies, especially when they get spread out so much and then they pop back into the ground so quickly. So it's a bit difficult to get everything dead. A couple more to go, I believe. One more to go, and we'll be done with this room. It'd be nice if there's a tinted rock somewhere in this room. I'll quickly try to survey the area and see if that's the case. Doesn't look like it. I do have to go fast, I suppose, because I do want to make this boss rush a thing, if at all possible. I at least want to give myself a good shot. You know, if this ends up to be a run where I do get overpowered, I do want to give myself a chance to get that boss rush. You know, most runs we're probably not going to be overpowered enough to do the boss rush, but on runs where that does happen, you know, you want to go fast enough where you can at least give yourself a shot. So Piercing Shot is extremely effective against Larry Jr. It's probably one of the best bosses that it works against, because, yep, that pretty self-explanatory exactly why it's a good thing there. Just tons of items dropped here. A pill could be good. Cain is not lucky with pills anymore, so it is Tears Down, which is probably the worst pill in the game. Rosary Bead, which I believe, I'm not entirely sure what it does, but I believe it increases your drop rate for soul hearts or something like that. But we do have one soul heart to work with. Tears Down is pretty disastrous because that's going to hurt our damage by quite a bit, and I am firing, you know, significantly slower, noticeably slower. I mean, you'd expect it to be noticeable since I picked up a stats down. So anyway, it would be nice to get some positive pills during this game as well. Maybe a Tears Up to balance up for the Tears Down. Everything needs to be balanced at some points. Destroy everything. Can be a little bit tricky to destroy these enemies with the shorter range that Cain has. I managed to get through that one though. Item room, it could be good. It could be like, is that Mr. Mega? I think so. Blast damage, cool. So I have super powerful bombs now. That's always a good item to have. You know, the bombs are more effective against some bosses than others, but if you run across bosses that are easily harmed by bombs, Mr. Mega can do a lot of damage to them, especially early on in the game when the bosses don't have as much health. So that could lead to me having a slightly easier boss fight, which may lead to me not taking red heart damage during the boss fight, which may lead to a deal with the devil, although I only have 2 health, so I'm not sure what deals with the devil I'd take. I'd probably take the Pact or the Mark, to be honest, because I like to live life on the edge when it comes to those things, but especially the Pact with my tier rate at this current point in time would just be an amazing item, so I really hope I run into that one. I do see that Tinted Rock, and I will be blowing it up to get whatever is inside the Tinted Rock. You know what? Screw it, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to pick up that new rune. Passage, so I believe this just creates a door down to the next floor. It's pretty useful unless you get useless, I mean, unless you get a trapdoor. And yeah, I know useful and useless aren't really the same thing at all. They're kind of polar opposites. I'm not entirely sure why I said that, but either way, got another bomb out of that. I believe using that rune that destroys all the everything in the entire room as long as it's rocks, I think that works on like pots, skulls, tinted rocks as well. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I do believe that's how it works. So, I mean, it would be most effective to wait to use it until you're like in a room full of skulls or pots or something. But I just wanted to see what that other rune was. And if it was the same rune all over again, I'll be like, hey, you know, this is working out. But Monstro should be easy because it's Monstro. He's not entirely, you know, difficult. He would be a fairly easy boss in my estimation. So I should be able to get this Devil Room, and hopefully there'll be something epic in it. Krampus would be nice, I suppose. I don't even have a space bar item right now, so even though Krampus's head is not great anymore with the 6-room charge that it has, it's definitely better than nothing. And Tears Up, which is awesome, and Shot Speed Up as well, which is, it's okay. Man, Dark Bum or the Pact, they're both so good. They're both so good. I think Dark Bum is a little bit better, though, so we're going to be taking Dark Bum. And I think I can just go ahead and take the pact as well. Okay, we'll do that. And we're now guaranteed double rooms for the rest of the run. Cool. So I really like how that particular room turned out. Dark Bum is going to be able to pick up all of the heart drops. And he turns... Oh, he gave me a soul heart there. I believe it's every 1.5 red hearts, he turns it into a soul heart. So, without a doubt, one of the best items in the game. Probably the best defensive item in the game, in my estimation. Let's go ahead and head down to the next floor. Now, I probably didn't even need to clear out that last room, but anytime where there's hearts on the ground, you want to make sure that Dark Bum is picking those up, and he's going to help you out. So far, we are looking powerful. We're only like 5 minutes into the run as well, so if things continue to go well, this may be a boss rush run, and then I could get boss rush done for Cain. I'd like to have flight, and I'd like to have more health before I attempt the boss rush. So if either of those two things happen, I'm going to be a happy camper. Let's check what's in here. A whole bunch of money. Shop could definitely become a thing fairly soon. Nope. I'm not even going to bother with those rooms unless it's like really worth it. Speaking of really worth it, though, I would say this is definitely in the terms of very, very worth it. 1 bomb for a soul heart and a black heart. Like, how can you say no to that? I certainly could never. Oh, that was close, and I did in fact take the damage. Took more damage. Hopefully Dark Bum will be able to replenish the damage that it just took fairly soon, though, because that's what he does. I mean, that's why you pick him up. And there's the red hearts already in this room. Oh my goodness, the bonies though. The bonies though. That should be a soul heart from Dark Bum. There we go, thank you, buddy. That's very kind of you. Oh, their shots like curve towards you to hit you. It's very annoying. 2 spades, I'll just use that like right now because I don't see any reason not to. That's gonna help out slightly. Let's be careful here. Let's stop taking damage. And boss room already. I'm gonna go for it. Let's go for it, and I will get a devil room after this, which I probably won't take because I don't have any red hearts to trade in. But if I get like a red heart drop from this guy, that would be pretty awesome. Or I wouldn't really argue with the 3 red chests at this point in the game either. We should be able to take out Mega Fatty fairly quickly because my damage is real. I wouldn't say it's like, oh my goodness, I hate that. I wouldn't say it's the best damage of all time, but, you know, Brimstone would be really nice right now. I haven't had Brimstone since, like, run number 2, and I think we're on run number, like, 25 or something, so even though Brimstone isn't that rare, I don't run into it very often, so I would like that. Oh, that was scary. Every single time he jumps and then slams down in the air, my heart, like, skips a beat, because it can be difficult to dodge. Not always, but it definitely can be. There's a health up, that means I can take something. And it's Krampus, which I'm okay with, because I would really like a lump of coal right now, especially if I start to get some range ups. Head of Krampus also would be okay. I'm not really sure why I moved into Krampus's line of fire there and took damage, but oh well. Either one of Krampus's items I'll be okay with, and it will be the Head of Krampus. So I'll take it, it'll be okay. It does do a ton of damage, it just has a really long recharge time. Go ahead and take that red heart. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit for Dark Bum to take the red hearts. I will go ahead and do the rest of this floor just to find my item room. I'm not sure if that's worth it because we are somewhat going for the boss rush this run, but you gotta take some risks sometimes. There is our item room. Cool, so it didn't take very long. Safety cap with my luck with pills. I don't think that's a great item. Number 1, man. My range will be terrible, but my range is already terrible, so why not, right? So I'll just fire incredibly quickly now. So my damage output will be amazing. I just desperately need range up. And honestly, that wasn't much of a range down, because like Cain's range is very, very low already, and I hadn't had any range ups yet, so I don't even feel like that was that much of a detriment. There are, I believe, a couple rooms, I mean, in this game where if you do have number 1, you're kinda screwed, but hopefully we won't run into any of those. And hopefully this number 1 can just be an exceptional item. But I will need some range ups or brimstone or something if I do want to attempt the boss rush. No thanks, not for a golden chest. If it was like 3 golden chests, oh yeah, I'd be all over that. But 1, it's probably just got like some money in it. Not overly excited about that. It's definitely okay. Please be something good. Pheromones. I wouldn't necessarily call that bad. I wouldn't necessarily call that amazing either. So this is one of those rooms where I wouldn't say I'm screwed with number 1, but number 1 definitely makes it, you know, more challenging than it was. A lot more challenging than it would be without number 1. Ah, there we go. So I'm just going to use Krampus's head here and destroy most of the enemies. I think there's 1 left. He's going to be a bit trolly and pop up all over the map where I can't see him, because that's what they do. And, you know, was that a waste to use Krampus' head? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're completely fine here. Boomflies can be difficult with number 1. Yep, that's exactly why. You have to stand at, like, the maximum range distance that you can muster, which admittedly isn't that great. This should be a soul heart, I believe. It's not a soul heart. The next one will be, though. Is this quad shot? Infestation shot. I think what that means is, when I hit enemies, it has a chance to spawn a spider. I think it's the same thing as the mulligan, but with spiders instead of flies. Or maybe every time I kill an enemy, it spawns a spider. I think there's one where it's chance on hit, and there's one where as enemies die, it spawns a spider. It looks like this one is the one where enemies die. So that's good, because spiders are always a good thing. I will take the soul heart. I think this is pheromones, yeah, so that will deal damage to enemies if I'm close enough to them. I don't particularly want to get close to enemies in order to deal the damage, but, you know, with number 1, we're going to be close to enemies anyway, so this might not be the worst thing in the world. Oh boy, well, there is an arcade. Piercing shot is going to do work against Larry Jr.'s. They're not going to be long for this world, and it looks like they spawned a spider for every single one of Larry Jr.'s parts that are destroyed, which is awesome. And we'll go ahead and visit this arcade. I'll try to be fast, though. Oh, man. I don't know if I want to do anything here. I'll play a couple times. And Darkbone will take that, give me a soul heart. Or he won't give me a soul heart. Okay, never mind. Did he get a soul heart earlier? I feel like he just picked up a half red heart and didn't give me a soul heart. So that should have been a soul heart, but whatever. And I will bomb here. And I will find a secret room. I wasn't even trying to do that, but... Amnesia, really? Come on, man. This is a great room to run into because you do have a chance to get stuff from these mushrooms. Especially with Mr. Mega, because I can just, like, destroy all the mushrooms with these blasts. Amnesia is not a nice pill. Explosive Diarrhea is an okay pill. Can be effective in certain situations. Health Up, finally, something good. What was this? This is Explosive Diarrhea again? Might decide to use that against a boss or something. Definitely helpful. It saves you some bombs. Like, at the very least, you can use it to open up a Tinted Rock or something like that and save yourself a bomb. So it's definitely not a bad pill, even though it makes a sound that a bad pill would if you were taking one. So that'll be another soul heart from Darkbone. Such a good item, man. Such a good item. I love it. And I'll take another bomb for that run. For that room, my bad. And Krampus' head is recharged, so that means that I will be able to use it in this boss fight. As soon as you pop up, you will die. And you will like it. Well, maybe he won't like it, but he will definitely die. A card. The Lover's card. I don't really consider that a very useful one, so I'll just pop it. Bible. I might have ran into that because of Rosary Bead. I think I can buy this and put it on the ground and then Darkbone can eat it. No, I mean, maybe not. So we will donate the rest. I'm close to 150 cents. I could get to 150 if the machine doesn't jam here. Do I unlock anything? A black candle has appeared in the basement. Cool. Okay, so that's another unlock. I'll take that. And it's boss fight time. And Gertie is already mostly dead from the Krampus' head, which is really nice. You know, that's the main reason I picked up the item. Is so I can kill bosses really easily like that. Okay, give me a soul heart, buddy. No, but we do come across a boss room. Of course we do, because we're always going to come across a boss room. Books in I'm not interested in, but Pentagram, yeah. Everything that's a damage, I'm interested in. Okay, Depths 1. We already are 13 minutes into the run, so... I don't think that boss rush will be happening. It doesn't look like it. No soul hearts. Alright. I like blowing those up because I do believe the purple ones... I know the blue ones have a 25% chance to drop you a soul heart when you blow them up. I believe it's the same with the purple ones. Like, I'm pretty sure that's how it works here. So, just because of that, it's probably worth exploding them if you have bombs to spare, which I usually do in this game. This could be good. The Emperor card, that's actually a very good card. And I'll just use this Explosive Diarrhea pill to blow up this Tinted Rock, and then I'll take the Emperor card with me. How does that sound? I think that's a fair plan. I was hoping there would be a Tinted Rock in the room for that very reason there. The Deeps is real, but I just need a little bit more range. One of the few runs where you actually want a range up. Ooh, especially with this room, man. That could be a little bit sketchy. I guess I'll just go into the boss fight. Why not? And it is Monster too. that might be a little bit difficult with our current setup. I probably should have waited to get another Krampus's head recharge before actually going into this room. That would have helped out the fight quite a bit, although maybe it wouldn't have, because, you know, Monstro does jump around quite a bit. Jump around! And that in itself typically makes Krampus's head a little bit more challenging to use. I do need to get him to Brimstone like at least once, you know, and then I could move up below him and get some shots, and haven't been hit yet. Kind of surprised, because there are a lot of flies. A lot of tears in the screen. Alright, Brimstone, dude. There you go. There you go. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Wasn't able to fully take advantage of it because of the flies, but... man. Well, I should be able to get most of this health back from Dark Bum fairly soon, so... get some damage in, get some damage in, get some damage in. Brimstone again. Thank you. Thank you. He's almost dead. When I actually am able to get shots in, his health goes down fairly quickly. Halo is an all stats up. That is awesome. A little bit more damage. And man, Fear Shot. That is happening. It's also a damage up, I believe. And, you know, a little Brimstone. Pretty good. Nail. It's alright. But, I don't know. I think I'm just going to stick with Krampus's head. Little Brimstone doesn't become all that useful, or doesn't stay all that useful later on in the game. Early on in the game, it's great. But later on in the game, it's really outclassed by your own damage. I do really like the item, and I would have taken it if it was like floor 1 or something. But, as things currently stand, I think we can do a little bit better for ourselves. Broken Magnets, not a huge fan, but the Fear Shot is going to be nice. Like, not only will it cause enemies to run, but it also does quite a bit of nice damage. So we are going to lay a couple bombs down, just to destroy all these skulls, because I have Mr. Mega, so I might as well try it, right? Joker, there's no point, because I'm going to win the Devil Room after every single floor anyway, so... I'm not all that worried about it, but key... man, I just need to find my item room here. That's all I'm looking for. I'm going to take 1 coin out of the 2 of diamonds. No. I still do have a chance at boss rush. If I use this Emperor card immediately upon entering the next floor, I might be able to get it. Tammy's head. With Fear Shot, and I can use that every single room. I don't know, man. That sounds good. I think Headed Krampus is a little bit better. Hermit would teleport me to the shop with 2 cents. What's the point, really? I guess I could have gotten a free bomb out of that, but oh well. Let's check. It really sucks that I got a, you know, Joker teleport card on a run where I just don't need it whatsoever at all. I think that would be really nice here. Spectral Tears, if you think about it. Soul Heart, cool. I'm liking it so far. Finally, our item room. That's exactly what we're looking for. I guess the main thing that we're looking for right now is a Devil Windmill, not necessarily Boss Rush. Rubber Cement is nice. I do like that particular item quite a bit. It does cause all of your tears to bounce off of walls, bounce off of enemies, bounce off of everything, and hit stuff, which means that you can do extra damage if enemies are hit by the bouncing tears, which seems to happen fairly often, so I really do like this Rubber Cement item. Alright, down to the next floor. Still looking for a range up. And let's see what our time... 16:55. We could make this happen, potentially, if I found the boss room right away. I would have to find the boss room right away, or I guess I could just... you know what? Let's go for it. Let's skip our item room. You know, it's just an item room. I'm already fairly powerful enough as it is. Item rooms typically don't have the best items in them. Like, they can be okay, but I'm not usually overly impressed with item rooms, so we might be able to get this to work out and just go ahead and get this boss rush. I thought I was a little bit later on in the run than I am, I suppose, so I'll attempt the boss rush. If I don't succeed it, oh well, I'll try again. But a lot of those bosses do drop red hearts, and I do have Dark Bum. So if you think about it that way, there's a good chance that Dark Bum will give me a lot of health. So even with my short range, I should be able to do fairly okay. And who knows, maybe there will be a super OP item within the boss rush for me to take before I start. Like that Revenge Fly item. I managed to get that once in boss rush. That item pretty much can win boss rush for you all on its own. It's so good. So I'm hoping for that one, obviously, but that would be pretty lucky for me to run across that one twice in a row. So we'll run across some HP up here. Oh man, I was hoping for like Brimstone or something. I'm not going to take either of these. It's too late to go for Guppy. Headless Baby is not very good. So we'll go ahead and head into the final boss room here. You want to just take that red heart? Not going to give me a soul heart, apparently. Nothing here looks amazing. Except for technology, because I have terrible range. Oh, it's technology 2! My bad. I kind of don't really recognize the difference between technology 1 and 2 all that well. Technology 2 is a bad item. It is a damage down, but I don't know. I guess we'll be okay, especially with the fear shot, even with technology 2. At least it is like piercing tears and it's super long range. So, I mean, I can just stay far away from the bosses, even though I won't be doing all that much damage to them. I can just stay away, far away, and hit the bosses, and hopefully this will work out in our favor. Just like that, right? It's okay, I suppose. Technology 1 would have been really good. Technology 2 is, it's usually not worth your time picking up. But as things currently stand, my range is so bad that Technology 2 is probably going to make me a little bit better off than I would be without it. It's just going to take a really long time to kill stuff, because the damage is horrible. But, man, if I had, like, Spectral Tears and I could shoot through rocks, that would be really, really good for this particular challenge. I guess I could blow up the rocks, but the rocks can be helpful against a few bosses as well, so... Oh, I just walked into something there. That wasn't good. Anyway, we should be able to defeat the rest of this boss fairly easily. Just takes a while. Takes a while. But there will be a lot of red poops around, so I will have to watch out for those, because those red poops, man, can be killer. They can do damage to you if you're not looking out. Finally, that boss is done with. I was wondering if that was ever going to happen. I did see another red heart to the south, so hopefully Dark Bum will be able to take advantage of that for me and give me a soul heart from that. And I'm just going to stand here, Peep, and hit you from afar, and there's really nothing that you can do about it. Peep is a really nice item, really nice boss to have super long range against, because it just makes him easy. Since you only have to watch out for his eyes, you really don't even have to worry about his tears themselves, because, well, it's just not something you have to worry about. Okay, Dark Bum, take that. Take both of the red hearts if you don't mind, and give me some soul hearts. Really doing well with not taking damage so far in the boss rush, at least. Oh man, I didn't even see that boom fly. Probably should have been paying a little bit more attention though. Blastocyst just has quite a bit of health, but overall it's not that bad. I'm not really sure why I am dropping hearts when I get hit sometimes. Maybe that's effect of some sort of item that I'm not really sure about yet, but the infestation item is really going to help out quite a bit, because, you know, these spiders just take stuff out, man. Alright, Loki turn. Loki time. We still haven't run into any of the harder bosses. Probably the hardest wave is like the Monstro 2 wave, or the wave where we have double horsemen start to come out and attack. Those are the waves I'm more worried about, but as long as I can stand really far distance away from everything, we should be okay. Another thing is this fear shot is helping out a lot as well, because the bosses are just like not interested in coming towards me, because they get afraid and then start running in the opposite direction. That's pretty much exactly how it goes with people in real life as well with me. Oh, that was bad. Walked right into the poops there. Alright, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about our health. I think I've lost like more health to the red poops than I have to anything else in this run, so how depressing is that? Unfortunately, when you destroy the red poops, they don't go away. They just respawn again after a few seconds, which is quite unfortunate. It would be nice if they just disappeared, but... Okay, that was probably the easiest wave that we're going to get the entire run here. This wave is fairly easily as well, though. Monstro and Chad. Neither of these are particularly difficult. Piercing Tears are really nice against Chad, because they just wreck his day. But overall, really easy wave. Monstro does have a lot of health, so it's going to take a while to take him out with technology. He's up here somewhere. There he is. You're almost dead. We fought a million Monstros before in our Binding of Isaac careers, even though it's not really a career because I'm not doing this for a living, but... Chad is going to be so easy, because I can hit all 3 of his segments at once, deal triple damage to him with the piercing. See you later, folks. And now we come across Chad's weird younger brother, Chub, who is, you know, has the same effect of taking a lot of damage from the piercing tears as well. Oh, Gertie has long range. I never realized he could shoot that far. That is crazy. I'm just going to use Monstro's head here, or, you know, Krampus's head here. Probably wasn't the best wave to use it on, but Gertie is the only thing that I can't just cheese by staying on the opposite side of the room, and then he can't even hit me, so this is the only boss where I can't do that against, so I figured might as well go there. I did see a couple red hearts, like, way up at the top of the room, so Dark Bum should be able to turn some of those into soul hearts for me. I guess he didn't. There is a soul heart down at the bottom. I'm gonna take that. Oh, never mind. Monstro jumped right on top of it. Man, these red hearts, or I mean these red poops, are killer. I'm gonna go take this really quickly, get me some more health. I'm a little bit worried how things are going. And I walked right into another red poop. The flaming poop. I guess I could just pick up red hearts later on in the run and restock the admittedly small amount of red hearts that I have. I guess you just have to keep running because these guys can and will jump right directly on top of you, which is the main thing I'm worried about here. Okay, get one of them down, and that's going to make things, you know, just so much easier. Monstro 2 is down, and he's definitely the harder out of these two bosses, so that's the one I was more worried about. Gish himself isn't too bad. He's fairly easy to dodge. He's just like a Monstro that is maybe a little bit more jump happy than your traditional Monstro. I have no idea where he is. There's like black slime everywhere though, which I'm a little bit concerned about. I wish you actually got Little Gish from killing these guys, because that would be an awesome item to have. Not sure how well that would go with Technology 2 and all, but it's always a good one. You're finally dead. There's another red heart. Dark Bum, want to do me a solid and turn that into some health for me? This is probably one of the easiest waves. Pin and Widow, neither of them have much health. All of them are fairly easy to kill. More red hearts. Oh, here's another easy wave. Hollow and Husk. Neither of them are too bothersome, and I'm going to get a ton of spiders out of killing all of these hollow segments, because you get a spider for every single segment that you kill, which is just awesome. You are going to be dead in just a second. Thank you very much for that. Oh, and the bloat wave, man. This is not a wave I'm a fan of, but one thing I can do is just stand behind these rocks, and I believe what's going on here is the bloat can't hit me. He'll jump up, and he'll go right back behind the rocks. The only thing I have to be worried about is if the Mask of Infamy starts to jump up here. That's one thing I guess to be a little bit concerned about. He's not behind the rocks anymore, so the bloat could, in fact, die, which is exactly what he did. Okay, I'm just a little bit worried about the mask and the heart, although I do have the piercing tears, so I should be able to shoot them. Thank you so much for that soul heart, Dark Bum. That is legendary of you. Okay, so the mask is our only last problem. I think it's Horseman after this. I do believe that's how it works. That's going to be a little bit worrying. I should be able to get through it, though. And then after this challenge is finally over, Dark Bum will be able to build up my health as I go on through future rooms, and hopefully that means I will get a devil run done on this run as well. There we go. Horseman waves, so there should be either 2 or 3, I think 3 more waves. 2 Horseman waves, and then the Fallen wave should be what we're working with here. Another Soul Heart from Dark Bum. This item alone can win you a run if you just have some decent damage to go along with it. I'm not kidding. You see Dark Bum in a devil room, always take it. Even if you have like only 4 soul hearts and it costs 3 of them, it's probably worth it in the long run. It's pretty much game winning with Blue Baby if you get Dark Bum. It's probably one of the better items in the game with Blue Baby. I'm not really sure why I made Famine fearful and then he started running towards me. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Typically it's the other way around. Typically you make them fearful and they run away from you after that, but who knows? That's how it works, I guess, sometimes. Alright, we get into some difficult waves here. War can be a challenge if he starts to charge you. Death can always be a challenge with his scythe. I'm going to take out War first. I'm not really sure why I'm taking out War first. I should be taking out Death first. So we should be doing things the other way around, but Scythe, man, gotta watch out for them. As soon as we get War off of his horse, he will be super easy to kill, and then we'll be able to focus on Death himself. Oh yeah, War just took so much damage the second he turned off of his horse. I'm not really sure why, but he did. And now, Death time. Get past the Scythe phase. Oh man, the red poops though. The red poops though, they're the most scary thing during this entire challenge, believe it or not. The red poops are way worse than anything else that you might run across. Death, please get off your horse, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm a little bit worried about the horse itself, though. That's like the main concern here. Technology 2 does work against knights. It always does. Okay, we're into the final wave, Fallen and Headless Horseman. As long as we can get through this, we can get through that. You can cut me right open, and I can cut you some slack. And then we'll be good. And we will get an item after we finish off this wave as well. Hopefully it'll be a good one. I mean, there's no guarantees that it will be or won't be, but You can get some fairly solid items out of the boss rush, so I'm excited for that. Please die. Oh, it's so close. No, the red poops. The red poops are everywhere. Man, one of these runs, I'm going to finally just have one of these OP runs, and then I'm additionally going to run into boss rush as well, and it's going to be so easy. That was potentially the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. What is this? Hot bombs. Burning blast plus 5 bombs. I've never used this before. I don't know if it's any good or not. I guess we only have to find out. So we now have Mr. Mega as well as hot bombs. So hopefully that means our bombs are just going to be incredibly overpowered and one-hit everything, right? I just realized I took about 10 minutes in that boss rush alone. But, you know, I have boss rush done for Cain. I never have to do it again. I might do it again with Cain if I come across an incredibly overpowered run. Who knows? Unfortunately, I did have to give up my item room on the last floor to do it. But that is probably not an issue. Who knows? The item room last floor could have been like something amazing, but odds are it wasn't, because most item room items are not amazing. You know, there's some solid ones. There's a lot of very meh or not so great ones as well, though. I would be more concerned about like giving up a devil room or I don't know, something like that, than giving up an item room. This room is going to be super easy with the piercing tears and a free soul heart. It didn't even have to come from Dark Bum. That's a rarity, but something I will definitely relish the opportunity for. I'll just let my spiders take care of that guy. And there is a free soul heart from Dark Bum. Boom, I'll take it. Slowly building up the health. It did take a lot of health to get down here, so we're going to have to slowly build it up. Another half of a red heart that could result in a soul heart. Nope, but the next drop probably will. And that's what we're really looking forward to here. Oh, that fear shot is so good against certain enemies. Any of those enemies that typically charge you and are jerks, the fear shot just does work against them, and I love it. Oh, this room could be potentially problematic, but we did find our boss room already. I'm a fan of that. Thank you for taking out your own enemies. And hello, Blast Assist. You know what's good against Blast Assist? Super high damage brimstone lasers, and that's what we're currently packing, although I only get to use it once every 6 rooms, which is kind of a sore point instead of the 1 in 3 rooms, which it used to be. I mean, it wasn't even the best space bar item in the game the way it used to be, and now it's definitely not the best space bar item in the game. Do I want super speed? I haven't had a speed up this run, so I guess I'll take it. The range up is obviously useless, but normally it's a great item to have with Cain is range up. Unfortunately, that devil room is not really all that great. Missing page 2. I'm not sure what it does, but I think it just has like a chance of a Necronomicon effect when you get hit. I believe that's how it works. Or that's how the missing page trinket used to work in the original Binding of Isaac anyway. If the missing page 2 works a different way, then I'm not really sure. But I think it's the same thing as the trinket, just in item form. But who knows. Fear shot is really nice against these guys because, well, you can probably tell exactly why it's good against them. I'm just going to let Dark Bum nom on this red heart. Give me a soul heart in return because I know he will. He's a bro. Or he'll give me a spider in return. What? I was noticing that happening in the devil room sometimes. So, maybe when you get, like, devil room and later on, thank you, Skulls, for killing your own man. That was nice of you. Maybe that means that you no longer have a 100% chance to spawn spiders anymore. That would be kind of a nerf of Dark Bum, but who knows, that's maybe how it went. I have to be really careful here because I'm in one-hit territory. I could take one-hit territory being if I take like one hit, there's a possibility of me dying, so I have to be a little bit worried about that. But overall, I mean, this is a very easy room, especially with long range. There's not too much that to be worried about here. Next time I see a red heart, I'm definitely taking it, though. We'll see what's in here. The $3 bill, that's, I think, completely useless with the current setup that I have with the long-range lasers. I don't know if $3 bill does anything. It's just a tier effect normally, so it definitely can be a fun item to have in certain situations, though. I mean, depending on how much you like fun, or what you consider fun, even. These guys just take, like, no damage. Slowly but surely getting them down. Sucky guys, and red hearts are kind of needed from this room because I'm in a bad place, so if you wouldn't mind giving some to me, game. There is a pill that could be full health, and it is Balls of Steel, which is probably even better, and this could be another Balls of Steel pill. Wow. Alright, all of a sudden the game throwing me a fastball right down the middle of the plate and me hitting it out of the park, and this could be full health as well. See how these hot bombs work. Worked kind of how I expected them to. Tears down, not a fan. Although I'm not even sure if that affects Technology 2 at all. Technology 2 might just be a constant with the tear effect, or like how fast you shoot the tears. There's not really any effects going on other than the fact that I have a constant laser. It's the only tear effect I notice, at least. But all of a sudden, I went from having 1 heart to actually having a decent amount of hearts. I will take that before Dark Bomb does, just because I want to make sure that I'm full health. Because if Dark Bomb has a chance to spawn spiders instead of soul hearts, I'm not really all over that anymore, at least not as much as I used to be. That was terrible damage, but we should be fairly close to this boss room here. Yes, that's worth it with Dark Bomb, and he does give me a soul heart out of that, which is awesome. That was very weird having 2 non-combat rooms in a row. This should be super easy. Yep, that's kind of what I expected to happen. So boss fight soon, hopefully. That will be the mom's heart. We shouldn't have too much trouble with it, but you never know. Sometimes the mom's heart can cause a few problems. We do have solid damage though. Long range, always good things to have. I'll try to get some hot bombs in there as well against the mom's heart. We'll see how that works. I mean, you can't bomb mom's heart as easy as you used to be able to, but I will try it. Alright, so Krampus's head is going to happen as soon as mom's heart gets into the stage where she's looking away, and this fear shot is so nice against the eyes. There we go, Krampus's head, and mom's heart is pretty much half dead already. So that's why I held on to the Krampus's head. You know, it's not the best item in the world, it's not the best spacebar item in the game, but it is nice, it does help. So already, mom's heart is nearly dead. I just want to make sure that I dodge some of the tear effects, and look at that. Came away, I think I took 1 damage there. And that was it. We could go up to the cathedral, but I can go up to the cathedral every run now, and I'm 2 kills away from unlocking the negative, so should be fairly self-explanatory where I am going. It would be nice to have like a map here or something, but oh, evil twin though. This can be a somewhat difficult enemy to take care. 2 hearts though. I think that counts as Dark Bomb taking 2 hearts, 2 red hearts. Maybe it doesn't. There's a soul heart. Another soul heart? Maybe not. Okay, well we're fairly close to full health here anyway, so oh, this room is not friendly. I guess I can stand right here and not take damage. That's how we do it. Are you gonna lock here? Oh, I see where the other enemy is. I don't take damage here. This is a safe spot. I'm kind of just patiently waiting for the other safe spot. There we go. They do continue firing even after the room is over, so that's something you gotta watch out for. I guess I will take that bomb. That could have been a little bit risky, and Piercing Shot is so nice. Piercing Shot plus Fear Shot, so nice on the Faceless Knights, because these enemies are a pain in the A if you don't have Fear Shot or Piercing Shot. Well, Piercing Shot is the real thing, but Fear Shot as well just means they don't charge you. They kind of charge the opposite way. All of a sudden, these rooms turn into a complete joke, and I'm a fan of that. Okay, invisible dudes, I'm not a fan of them. But Fear Shot, you know, does work on them as well. It should make them easy, should make them just back right into that corner. Any tinted rocks? No, maybe not. Oh no, the ghosts though. Not a good room at all. They just have so much health. That's the main problem with them, is they just take a really long time to kill. Especially with my damage, which is, you know, definitely good, but not great, so I don't know, I think we're sitting pretty comfortable for a double kill though. Like, I wouldn't see any reason why we wouldn't get it, other than just me taking a whole bunch of dumb damage. I have, I believe it was last run or 2 runs ago where I got the devil kill with 0 damage taken at all. That is a Balls of Steel pill, I believe. It is indeed. Let's just not take damage getting out of there. Perfect. 2 soul heart profit out of 1 room. I didn't even notice there was another room after that. My eyes were just fixated on the Balls of Steel pill. I would appreciate it if you just like kept on dying. Oh boy, oh boy. Tears everywhere, but somehow I didn't get hit. Awesome. That's actually nice to see. Run around in circles. I've been running in circles. I hurt myself just to find my purpose. Everything was so worthless until I got the double kill in the Binding of Isaac. Then I was pretty happy. Overall, looks like a full clear of Shale going on here, and I'm not even mad. I've actually profited health from Shale. It's not every day where you get to say that. Definitely not in my case. Oh my goodness. Oh my good jolly goodness. 2 damage taken there. We still are all of a sudden not looking pretty. I was gonna say we're still looking pretty. Oh man, another damage taken. Got our soul heart back from our buddy, though. Our dark buddy. The bomb flies react in a very strange way when you get the fear shot off on them. It looks like they kind of just get confused. They don't really go away from you. They just kind of chill out. I notice I still have not really taken full advantage of my hot bombs yet. I probably should be doing that. I haven't seen that many rooms where the hot bombs would prove all that useful, though. Like I said, I was gonna, oh yeah, we're gonna use bombs against Mom's Heart. It's gonna be like good old times, and then I just wound up not doing that, so I apologize, but the two Lokis can be a little bit annoying, but as soon as you get one of them down, which I just did, all of a sudden it becomes a piece of cake. It's more annoying just because you have a little bit more tiers to avoid, but Loki probably has one of the easiest tier patterns in the entire game to avoid. No, the laser dudes! Oh, man. Sometimes those guys can be annoying. This is a room which I would like to bomb out of, given the chance. There we go. Thank you. Get to bomb out of that one. I have enough bombs where it's probably worth it to blow up these skulls, just to see if we can't get anything good out of them. I can't quite remember if we had any more rooms with skulls behind us. We just run in circles, and the dark buddies are behind us. I think if I lay a bomb here, I should be able to hit both of those fires. Or I could hit none of them. I'm still going to blow them up, though. I'm just going to blow everything up. Because why not? I have bombs to spare. I'm not really using it on anything else. And I will take that soul heart, because that's just awesome. And I will take the hero font. That's like the perfect card to get out of a room like that. That's, you know, exactly what I was looking for. And with this fear shot, I don't even have to be really all that afraid of the invisible guys, because they don't even chase me, which is awesome. One more ghost to kill, two more ghosts to kill even. And I don't think the fear shot affects them at all, but it's still nice to have, because it's a great item. That's definitely one of those must-take items in the Devil Room for the future. This is Pheromones taking another Pheromones pill, because, you know, the game just thinks that I need a Pheromones pill. Continues to give them to me. It's whatever, I'll take it. Fallen fight. I'm not really all that afraid of the Fallen. I'm going to have to fight another one in just a second when we get into this Devil fight, but regular old Fallen, not too bad. I should be able to take care of him fairly easily. He's charging me. Oh, wait, he's not charging me because he's terrified. Oh, no, he is actually charging me now because he's no longer terrified. Charge in the opposite direction. That's right, bud. That's how we do things here. Two Fallens. If I can hit both of them with my shot here, should be fairly easy. Oh, the fear shot, though. Kind of failed me in that instance. All of a sudden, this Fallen fight isn't quite looking to be as easy as I initially thought, especially with all the damage that I'm taking now, man. I do see a Tinted Rock, though. I have spotted it now. And I took an unnecessarily large amount of damage in that room, but Tinted Rock, make up for it for me. And broken remote control. I'm not really sure what it does. I'll take it, though. I think it's better than the Rosary Bead, because we're not going to be getting any... I think that's a good enough time to lay the hot bomb. Nope, a second too early, as always. Because that's how we do things. We lay down things a second too early. I think the best time to use Krampus' head would probably be against the Fallen after I get him down, or I could just... What? I have no idea what just happened. I used the broken... or this must be the broken remote control thing. You use your spacebar item and it teleports you away? That's terrible. Or maybe you use your spacebar item and it gives you a random effect of a spacebar item. Well, that just wasted my Krampus' head, so I'm not thrilled about that. I will definitely be dropping this item. I don't want it anymore if that was the case. I'll take the Rosary Bead, which I have a idea it might drop red hearts when you take damage. Might. Not entirely sure about that, but I have a feeling that's what it might do. And that hot bomb did a ton of damage, man. So I'm excited about that. Definitely Fear Shot just continue to make them afraid. And we should be completely fine here. This Fallen fight is a lot easier than the Fallen fight that we just went through because there's a lot more room to maneuver. There's no rocks in this room. So that makes things a lot... Oh, man. All of a sudden I'm taking damage, and all of a sudden we are looking into a really bad situation here. And I get hit by every single brimstone, of course. But I will lay down a hot bomb, and I will die. Because... Man, that sucks, but thanks for watching, everyone. At least I got the boss rush done. That was such a disappointing fight. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.